What made my experience here at the CQA Institute hosted at Wilkes University so enjoyable was definitely the people that I met along the way.
Getting to meet some of my heroes in the industry. Getting to meet Gus Sauter, who managed $1.7 trillion. He's a legend in the industry, and as one of the companies I want to work for in the future, getting to meet him was like getting to meet, your sports hero growing up, someone you look up to, and someone you aspire to be.
I think the main value add here is allowing students the opportunity to speak to industry practitioners. Having that particular lens gives an additional amount of context that you don't really get from conventional classes.
I got to connect with various investment professionals in the area that were in CQA or that teach at various universities, so that was really helpful, as well as I got to make a lot of friends. Everyone got to know each other really well.
It was a lot of learning with a lot of professionals in the field, professionals that I would not think I would ever met. And also the people, bringing together students from all over, different parts of the world, and different places and states in the United States. It was indeed a great experience for me.
I think it gives a really good perspective of all the different areas of finance and investments that you can get into, not just sort of traditional, fundamental, but quantitative, also all the different aspects of investing that go into it. It's not just necessarily stock picking, but all the technology that gets involved, all the math that gets involved. So it gives an idea of people from various backgrounds on what they can apply into the investment world and really how complex it is. It goes far beyond than just picking the winners and losers in the stocks. It's the entire process and the styles and they get involved in investing.
I would say that the main thing that you get out of this, you get the information for sure. The CQA Institute is a great wealth of knowledge, but even beyond that, you really get relationships and connections that you wouldn't have met anywhere else in the world. Not at any other conference that I believe anyway. You really have that opportunity to really make connections that you can carry forward into your career, whether that be with quantitative finance or in another career, and you never know where it will take you.
Part of the networking comes from forming real connections. Before coming here, I'd never actually played a proper game of poker. I did that with not just my friends but my faculty. It was a way to get to know each other better. I attended the first baseball game of my life. I never expected to actually get a game ball at my first baseball game. But guess what? I actually walked away with one. If I were to talk about every minute that we spent enjoying each other's company, I'm afraid we might just have another 2 weeks on this video.
I really enjoyed the experience here, getting in touch with the American students, with the American educational system, living in the dorms together with several international students. And then on the other side, also getting in touch with the professionals. We had a variety of industry people and also academic people joining us here at the CQA Institute, and they really showed us the whole variety of what possible paths you could take in the industry or in academia.
The program is taught by practitioners, people that have done it for a living most of their lives, if not all of their lives. So when they talk to you about fundamental analysis and risk models, they're talking about how they use those tools and covered those topics in their daily life in the industry. So it's a real analysis, real availability, a real look into what these people do with the things they're talking to you about.
I learned so much about what different careers you can go into in this field, and what a volatile industry this is, but how encouraging and how passionate everyone is about it. So I think that's what I'm taking away.
Yeah, the real benefit of a program like this is being able to talk to people in the industry, learning from their experience, really getting an exposure of what the industry analysts do on a day-to-day basis, and just giving all the information out there about this industry and enabling students to be able to make a educated decision on whether they should be pursuing this as a career option or not.
Seeing how other people have formulated their careers is always super helpful when you're trying to think about your own. Career is a very idiosyncratic thing. It's hard to see where it's going to go from here or there. So getting perspective on what other people have done and wherever other people have been allows you to think about your own trajectory more easily.
Coming into the Institute, I had no idea whether or not I wanted to be focused heavily on quantitative investments, whether or not I wanted to be focused on fundamental investments. And what the Institute offered mainly was getting the real-world experience of the case study, learning from professionals in the industry, and hearing about their career paths as well.
We did a case study across all of the students in 5 different teams, and that was so helpful for everyone to kind of pull in all the knowledge we've gained through the past 2 weeks into one presentation and propose one solution to the case.
It was pretty exciting to be put in teams with people that you just met few days before.
The case study was by far probably the most comprehensive case study I've done.
And it was interesting to see myself present in front of the panel. Somebody who knew nothing about investment management 2 weeks before, but was there and able to say a lot of things about investment management.
You had to build a model. You had to work as a team to, realize what factors to put into that model. Then you had to analyze the results to figure out, what was it a good model, was it a bad model, did it perform, and will it perform into the future? You had to get, you had to judge risk. That in the case study, you had certain roles that every person had to play, and it was a very, very comprehensive experience to really get you the full scope of not only what a regular school case study would be, but what an actual case study in the firm would be.